allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That takes us to item number 2, agenda approval. Is there a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
I move we approve the agenda as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Director Birdie. Yes. Director Castro.
Yes.
Director Ingles.
Yes.
Director Hansen.
Yes.
Director Larkin.
Yes.
Director McGivern.
Yes.
Director Witter. Yes. Motion carried 7-0.
Thank you. That brings us down to item number 3, recognitions, commendations, and information. Bettendorf High School Girls Wrestling, Ryan McGivern.
Okay. Congratulations to the girls wrestling team for their hard work at regionals. Special shout out to Nessa Salmani, who placed first. And it says will be wrestling at the IGH SAU state tournament, but I'm going to change it to is wrestling right now as we speak this week. Today, as a matter of fact, Nessa is now a 4-time state qualifier and 3-time regional champ. Just another quick note, as I was personally interested in this, because the girls did a tremendous job this season, great environment, great just team camaraderie. But I would argue, I think Bettendorf had one of the toughest regions in the state for girls wrestling. So big congratulations to Nessa, and then to some of the other girls that placed at a very tough tournament. At 105, Olivia Hernandez got 4th place. As we said before, 130 is Nessa Salmani. I'm sorry, actually 125, Nessa Salmani 1st place. 135, Soraya Wolf, 3rd place. 145, Charlotte Smith, 3rd place. 155, Sophia Bodie at 4th place, and at 190, Zoe Hamilton at 4th place. And I will mention that Soraya and Zoe both are freshmen, so bright future for girls wrestling at Bettendorf.
Thank you, Director McGivern. Brings us down to number 3-2, Bettendorf High School Boys Wrestling, Director Ingles.
The Bettendorf wrestlers finished 2nd at the varsity MAC tournament. Special congratulations to Jake, Cody, and Lincoln as they won their 4th MAC title. Congrats to Lincoln for being named MAC Wrestler of the Year. The placings were at 132, Jake Knight, 1st place. 138, Cody Trevino, 1st place. 190, Braden Kester, 1st place. 215, Lincoln Jip, 1st. 106, Hudson Fleming, 2nd place. 165, Shannon Hughes, who got 2nd. 285, Armin Williams, who got 3rd. 113, Adrian Lee, who got 4th. 126, Jace Dangessler, Danglesser, sorry, who got 5th. 144, Oscar Schmidt, who got 5th. Great job to all of them.
Thank you. Congratulations to BHS swim coach Mike Aarons, Director Hansen.
I left off a few names, I apologize.
Okay, go right ahead.
Backtracking,
We'll make it good.
150 was Elijah Perry, who got 5th, and 175, David Curry, who got 5th. Thank you.
All right, Director Hansen.
Yes, thanks. Special shout out, congratulations to Mike, Coach Mike Aarons, as he will be inducted into the IGH SAU Hall of Fame for 66 unbelievable seasons. So a round of applause. I mean, that's unbelievable for Coach Mike Aarons. So that's outstanding.
And on item number 4, Student Board Representative Report. Do we have a student representative here tonight? Okay. Seeing none, that comes down to item number 5, President's Report. If anybody in the audience would like to approach the podium and speak to the board, you may do so at the present time. Seeing none, we'll move on. BEA Report. Emily, come on down.
All right. One of the things I wanted to take an opportunity to do is to introduce myself and the rest of our team and the different teams that we have. Stemming from a conversation that we had with Paul and Ryan earlier this week on Tuesday. So it is great to be here, and it has been a very busy week for BEA, so I'll be covering several items this evening. So just Thank you in advance. I'd like to begin by sharing who we are and where we teach. The BEA executive team is made up of educators from across the district who are deeply committed to our schools and the staff. I'm Emily Colson. I'm a fourth grade teacher at Hoover Elementary. It's been a long day. And I have taught in the district for 13 years, but I've been in education for 19, and I've served as the BEA president since 2022. Our vice president and membership chair is Trent, back there. He's a vocal music teacher at the high school. Kara Kramer, she's not here, but she's a preschool teacher at Mark Twain. She's our treasurer, and then Beth Waller, a fourth grade teacher at Grantwood Elementary, and she is our secretary. These three members of our executive team have been together for the last 2 years. In addition, so on here, you have our pictures, and then you have the union presidents there. And then Tuesday, Trent, myself, and Melissa had the honor to go and have dinner with, to have dinner with the vice president of our teachers union, the NEA, Princess Moss, and then ISEA's president, Josh Brown. So that's just a little snapshot of that. Will you go to the next slide? Thanks. What I also wanted to share were our leadership teams within our organization. So in addition, each building is represented by 1 or 2 building representatives. So at the high school in Edison, we have Trent and Kitty. Middle school, Stephanie and Michelle. Neil Armstrong, Emma Cox. Mark Twain, Kira and Mary. Grant Wood, Lori and Heather. I don't know why Paul Norton's not on there. That's Jen Schmidt and Kelly's and then Hoover is Jackie Sullivan. And then we have our BEA IBPS team, which is made up of myself, Trent, Beth, Kara, Laura Lee, Michelle, Mark, Aaron, our UNICEF director, and Lori. So you can see there is quite a bit of people that are part of our team, which are really engaged, and it's a really committed group of educators working to ensure our members, who make up approximately 3/4 of our district certified staff, are heard and supported. Historically, BEA has met on the first Wednesday of each month, and because our members are also encouraged to present and attend board meetings, we ask that, I know that the calendar has been on your guys' agenda, but to consider the standing commitments when scheduling. It's been in place since 1975 for our BEA. When board meetings fall on Wednesdays, it can limit teachers' ability to participate in both spaces, so just to put that in as well. Will you go to the next slide, please? So some of the things that I want to talk that I was able to present to with Miley to both Ryan and Paul is how our meetings are structured and how cohesive it is when it goes from the first of the month all the way through each week, and how that structure is set up, because I think it's important for you guys to understand and know where and when teacher voice is heard. So when the BEA has their meeting on the first Wednesday, right before the Tuesday, we have our check and connect. That is where Trent, myself, Dr. Morris and Miley all meet, where the district shares upcoming things or concerns that we need to touch base on, and we bring concerns that are brought to us. But before we bring this stuff to Dr. Morris and Miley, we always make sure that anything is handled at the lowest level possible with the building administrator. So that looks different in many different ways, but also very consistent. So the following week, building administrators and our building reps have a meeting. Before they have their meeting, they meet with the building members. They know that there's a standing date or an email or a way to communicate any concerns that are brought to them. They are then communicated at that building rep, building administrator meeting. I have access to those meeting minutes, and we are able to keep up with what is happening. And if anything's flagged, we can address it right away. But we want to make sure that the building administrator is aware of anything happening before we take it anywhere else. Again, it brings that collaboration. Once that happens, and maybe if there's not a resolve or something bigger that we need to work through, then those concerns are then brought to our BEA meeting. We then, and it cycles back. We go and we have that conversation again with the district, and we keep moving forward. We also hold different meetings if there's something that we just need to talk about, special ed or curriculum or SEBH. If there's something that we need to touch base on, we're able to go to those various people. So just so that you know the structure that we have within our organization. So with Ryan and with Paul, I was able to use the whiteboard and kind of like really demonstrate how that worked. So I was like, I just had to get the board up and really kind of map it out so you can see the continuum. And then it really came to discussing district growth and enrollment, our shared commitment to fact-driven communication, and a clear understanding of union advocacy and the role it plays in collective moving the district forward. And these conversations were meaningful and they were necessary. And we appreciate the opportunity to build understanding and clarify perspectives. We also acknowledge the needs that our district has and that continue to evolve. Supporting the educators and the students today can look different than it did in the past, and our roles and our perspectives may differ, but what does not waver is our shared commitment to supporting our community and meeting the people where they are. That challenge belongs to all of us. The path forward is together, collectively working together towards our common goal and shared vision to go with our statement to educate and empower every student every day in the pursuit of educational excellence. And then next meeting, I am going to talk about our district's shared vision and commitment that we came up together with our IBPS, because I think that's really important for you guys to know and understand the shared commitment within that process. And that's all I have to say.
Hold on, Emily, that was a wonderful meeting that we had, and thank you for the invite, and the lines are now open, and hopefully we can do that again.
Yep,
Thank
it was
you.
great, thanks.
Okay, that takes us to the BESA report. Melissa, come on down.
I didn't make any pretty slides, sorry. So I know we have a couple of different things that we're going to talk about tonight, so I'm just going to focus on kind of what we did at our last meeting this past Tuesday. The meeting centered around the Bill of Rights and what the proposed resolution before the board tonight could mean. As part of those conversations, I began to reflect on what it means to be an educator. And these are conversations that classified staff or non-certificated staff, we can put it that way because it's called different things, different places, kind of what that means and how to help retrain the brain on the fact that we are all educators. So for those in the audience or watching from home this evening that aren't familiar with the document, the ISA Educator Bill of Rights was developed through statewide meetings, listening posts, in-depth surveys, and dedicated input from our ESP members. And ESP stands for Education Support Professional, which encompasses all non-certificated staff. This document represents the collective, powerful voice of K-12 educators, AEA staff, higher education faculty, our invaluable ESPs, our retired members who built the system, and the aspiring educators we are fighting to keep here in Iowa. But who is an educator? In a public school district, the term educator extends beyond those who stand in the front of the classroom. An educator is anyone who brings them into daily contact with students and contributes to their growth, safety, and well-being. Our district staff includes custodians, bus drivers, paraeducators, teachers, administrators, nutrition service workers, nurses, secretaries, security personnel, and more. I know I left people off the list, I'm sorry. Each staff member in this district plays an essential role in the educational experience. Each interaction, whether it is a warm feeding in the morning, ensuring a safe ride to and from school, providing a nutritious meal, maintaining a clean and welcoming environment, offering instructional support, or creating thoughtful policies, shapes how students experience school and how they see themselves within it. Education is more than curriculum. It is the relationships we build, the expectations we model, and the care that we show. Every employee in our district has a direct impact on students and helps guide them toward becoming responsible, capable, and productive adults. For that reason, it is important that all members of our school community recognize themselves as educators. When every employee understands the value of their role and the influence they have on students' lives, we strengthen our schools and better serve the children entrusted to us. And that is the basis and the purpose of the Bill of Rights. Just real quick tonight, I do have some shout outs. Dr. Morse would like to recognize 3 of our new paraeducator team. Bryn Holtman, Christina Rahm from Paul Norton, and Josie Brown from Hoover. We're very eager to learn any and all strategies during our first night of CPI training. When we ask the hard question of why, as educators, do we keep coming back to our very difficult jobs every day, they were quick to say for the kids and with the small wins that they see. It was obvious as they took notes in their CPI workbooks that they were engaged in the material and were not hesitant to ask questions. They were respectful of the students' confidentiality to talk through different situations on not only how to interact with their students, but also how to talk with their classroom teachers if they have ideas for their students. And I just want to add, it is very refreshing to see 3 young, new employees who have that grasp already. Chad Beatty from Mark Twain would like to recognize paraeducator Helen Garland. Helen does such a great job in her position. She welcomes students every day at the front door. She has earned her sub-authorization and steps in anytime we need her. She has such a great personality and works well with everyone. Chad would also like to recognize the new Secretary Be at Mark Twain, Melissa Hardy. Melissa has jumped right into her new position, and we did not lose a step. She's adjusted well and added another friendly face to the office and always goes above and beyond. I want to close tonight by thanking the IDPS team for their continued work. It is hard to have hard conversations and do so in a manner that still allows the team to work together and function as it should. We are still in our infancy and are continuing to grow, however, we're off to a great start. And I'd also like to thank the board this evening for their consideration on the Bill of Rights resolution. The adoption of this resolution would speak volumes to the support and belief that the board and the district has for this entire staff. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Okay, that brings it to the superintendent report, Dr. Morse.
All right, here we go. Good evening, everybody. First, I want to, because I will forget when we get to it, thank our students that are here tonight. They'll be up here in a few minutes to share their highlights from being on what we call Day on the Hill in Des Moines last week. And thank you to their parents for making sure they got here tonight. And to Haley and Heidi for all they did to get us ready to go up there and represent our district so beautifully. So thank you. We had Bring a Grown Up to School night last week. Thank you to our incredible curriculum instruction and assessment team, our elementary principals, and all of our elementary staff for making this event so special for our students and their families. I really enjoyed visiting with students and their chosen grown-ups because not everybody brought mom and dad. There was a nice variety. And I was able to visit Neil Armstrong and Mark Twain in that hour. And both buildings were filled with families and students having a great time. So it was wonderful to see everybody. Thank you to everybody that made that possible. We have officially launched registration for what Celeste is calling the 6-7 school year, 26-27. She's had fun with that play. So February 2nd, on Monday, we opened up registration for incoming kindergarten families and any new families to our district. I believe as of yesterday, we had over 75 kindergarten registrations, so we're well on our way. That is really exciting. And on Monday the 9th, all returning families will be encouraged to start registering for the upcoming school year. Next week, we have a new event that we are piloting called Sneak Peek. And if you come, Director Kessler, you can have your photo taken. Huge thank you to Celeste Miller, our Director of Communications, and Monica for all of your design and time to get materials ready. Also, huge thank you to our kindergarten teachers and several of our parents who are an active part of our PTA, PTOs, and our Parent Executive Council who have helped really shape this event and customize it to our district. They're also helping us with a huge lift of overhauling our kindergarten kind of handbook, welcome book. It is looking great, and so there's been a lot of time, energy, and effort to go into that. To kick off, this would be we hope this event becomes an annual event as a kickoff to our registration season, as a way to welcome our new kindergarten families in. It becomes the first touch point of several as they journey to get ready for the new school year. There's also meet and greet in May, unpack your backpack in August, but we just want to get them engaged and involved from an early start. That'll be Wednesday the 11th from 5:30 to 6:30, and this year we are kicking it off and piloting them at Mark Twain in Brentwood. So regardless of the school of residence or where you would attend kindergarten next year, we encourage anyone that is new to our district for incoming K to come out, see what we do in kindergarten. There will be a scavenger hunt. You get to take your picture, do a photo op. You'll get a copy of your picture. But we're really excited to welcome our new families and bring them into the Bettendorf family. I also want to give a shout out. This is National School Counseling Week. We have an incredible team of school counselors and social workers that work tirelessly to support our students and staff and families every day. And Director Rudy, thank you for the work that you did in our district for many, many years, but that you are continuing to do for students and families in your current district. So thank you for that. And then on February 15th, so a week from Sunday, is National School Resource Officer and School Security Appreciation Day. Just like our counselors and social workers, we have an incredibly dedicated team of SROs and security personnel, and without them, our schools just wouldn't be complete. They just bring, they make really great connections with our students and just add so much to our school system. So we appreciate their dedication and hard work. And then I want to give a shout out to a teacher at Neil Armstrong. She's a first year teacher, and she is Neil Armstrong's student council advisor, Erica Heckroth. She had this vision to coordinate Neil Armstrong's dance marathon, and I believe, if it's not the first time, it is in a really long time, that our elementary schools, or one of our elementary schools, has done anything to support the dance marathon that comes from the University of Iowa and supports pediatric cancer. I had met with her, I don't remember if it was Wednesday or Thursday of last week before the event would be on Friday. And they had a goal of, I think, raising like $600, I want to say, and they were all excited. They had already exceeded that with t-shirt sales. Well, I am happy to report that the Neil Armstrong community and family generously raised over $2,600 for the University of Iowa's Children's Hospital and for pediatric cancer and research. That is incredible. And the funds obviously go directly towards supporting pediatric cancer patients and their families. So that is, she's a first year teacher. We're extremely blessed to have her. And she stepped up to be the student council advisor and really wanted to do this. And a thank you to the PTA at Neil Armstrong. They came alongside and helped as well. But at Parent Executive Council on Monday night, their PTA said it was really all Erica. So, but we appreciate their partnership as well. So that is my report for the evening.
Great, that's good news. That's really special. Well, thank you, Dr. Morse. Okay, moving on, that brings us to the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda?
I move we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Is there a second?
A second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Director Castro.
Yes.
Director Ingles.
Yes.
Director Hansen.
Yes.
Director Larkin.
Yes.
Director McGivern.
Yes.
Director Woodard. Yes. Director Rudy.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0.
Thank you. That brings us down to number 5, information/action, student showcase day on the hill. Do you want to start with that, Dr. Morse?
I will. So we had staff and students from our high school and our middle school share experiences at, and this is second or third year that there's been a joint advocacy effort sponsored by Iowa Association of School Boards, School Administrators of Iowa, and our AEAs, or Area Education Agencies. They call it Day on the Hill. Board members, superintendents are encouraged to be there. And starting last year, so this is the second year, they've added the student showcase. And so this year they selected 17 school districts out of 327 in the state of Iowa. We were selected to showcase our efforts around career and college readiness. And I might be a little biased, but I think we do have some of the best programming in the state. My daughter benefited from the creativity and just the options that we have getting to do the EMT apprenticeship while she was in high school. So thank you also to Celeste for helping them put this amazing board together. But they have a few pictures they want to share. We have a couple of the students that joined them. And Haley, I want to turn it over.
All right, thank you. Yes, this was a really exciting day when Dr. Morse approached me over the summer and said that we had this opportunity. You know, I took advantage of applying for it. So we waited anxiously, we were selected for it, and then we got the awesome opportunity of preparing for the event. That was really neat for us as a staff because we got to kind of step back for a second and put together everything that we had done. We don't get time to do that a lot because we're so busy going on to the next thing. So it was pretty fun. We actually have now a career readiness page on our website that you can go check out when you have your free time that lists everything that we're doing. But the day was even better than all the preparation. We got to take 7 students 2 of which I'm going to let you chat with here in a second. But we took 7 students with us in an effort to showcase all of the things that we're doing at Bettendorf. So we had a high school student who's really spent a lot of time in industrial technology classes. He actually has already applied for the electrician apprenticeship training center. We also have a student who is currently one of our business academy students that went with us at the high school, but he's actually headed to Iowa next year for pre-dental and plans to be a dentist, so he was with us. We have a student that is currently in her ENT classes and plans to become a paramedic after high school. We have Hadley, who can tell you everything she's going to do. And then we had some middle school students who, we're not going to stress them out with what they're doing later in life, but they got to tell their story to everyone that was there. We're super thankful that we had our own school board members there, but we also got the chance to talk to board members, not only from our county. It was pretty cool when North Scott people walked by or PD people, we'd be like, hey, we're here, look at us. So that was neat, but really Heidi was our photographer. Heidi teaches family consumer science for us down at middle school, and she was our photographer for the day, so we'll look at her pictures. But Heidi and I really just took a step back, and we let the kids talk to anyone and everyone that walked up and just let them share what they're doing to prepare for their future. So I'm going to let Hadley tell you a little bit about what her life looks like, what her future life might look like, what she loved about the day, and if we want to just scroll through pictures while they're chatting, that sounds fun.
Hi, I'm Hadley James, and I got to the opportunity to talk to the representatives and senators at the Day on the Hill. And as for career readiness, I'm interested in becoming like elementary education. So at the high school, I have taken the teacher education class where we got the opportunity to visit the middle school, watch a high school class and elementary school class. Actually, when I went to the middle school, I was in science class, which was fun. And that I got to talk to the senators and representatives about that. But my favorite part about the Day on the Hill was we got to sit in on a senator meeting, like the beginning of it, and we got a shout out from one of the senators in the House Senate, obviously. It wasn't from our district, it was from a different one. But we also got the opportunity to listen to a very impactful speaker who took her own cancer diagnosis and used it to advocate for healthcare in Iowa, and that was very impactful. And I really enjoyed listening to that. That's all.
Okay, that's all you are.
Hi, my name is Kate Isley. I'm an 8th grader at Bettendorf Middle. I don't know what I want to do when I grow up yet. My favorite part was we got a behind the scenes tour of the House of Representatives with Representative Gary Moore, and that was just a neat experience because I think we're like one of the only districts to be able to do that. And yeah, that was my favorite part.
Who did you get to meet also on that tour? Do you remember who he introduced us to?
We got introduced and got to meet the Speaker of the House, which was pretty cool.
Who said he's super jealous of everything we're doing at Bettendorf, right?
He did, actually.
Yeah. Do you guys have any questions for them, like about the classes that they're taking? Have they done any CT classes? Kate, have you done any CT classes? Have you taken business yet, or industrial tech, or family consumer science?
Yes. I have taken Miss Austin's class all 3 years. And yeah, that's been my favorite class.
Sweet. Do you know how to cook anything?
Yes, I'm pretty good.
Do you guys have any questions for Hadley?
Also, I am a 10th grader at Bettendorf High School.
Awesome. Well, we just appreciate the minute to come up here and tell you guys, oh, this is a good picture. This is Owen. He actually is one of our graduates. He just graduated from Bettendorf in May. He is a student at Drake, and he just got connected with Gary Moore. Some random neighbor knew someone, and Gary actually asked him to be his clerk for this year. So a Bettendorf grad, first year student in college, and he gets his classes done in the morning and then runs over and helps Gary every day. That's a huge deal for one of our students to be doing that in freshman year of college. So it's pretty neat. But as always, if you guys have questions about career readiness, you're going to have a ton of people you can come to and ask questions. So thank you so much for having us.
And thank you to those 2 special students as well.
Yeah, and I was just gonna end, Director Hanson and Director Ingalls, thank you for taking the time to be up there that day. What was really special about that day, Senator Webster stopped by and visited with our students and visited with you guys. Representative Moore did obviously and took us on a tour. He also showed us where he sits and how all the voting works. It was really neat, and introduced us to Speaker Grassley. But what was really also, I think, incredibly special was Senator Zimmer, who does not represent our area, took the time to come down, visit with our students, but then invite them, as Hadley shared, to join the opening of the Senate session that day. Introduced them, and I shared a video that Heidi got with you guys where our students received a standing ovation that day from the senators in the state of Iowa. They were too humble to share that with you, but Senator Zimmer didn't need to do that. Obviously, we're not in his district, but that just talks about how much he supports. I mean, he did work for North Scott and PD as well, so we have just great relationships, and I think that was a really neat opportunity for you guys. I was just sad that I was in a different meeting with some legislators and missed that, but I feel very grateful that our students got to experience that.
We'll go back again next year.
So this is a big question, but so you guys, so as I understand, North Scott and Pleasant Valley were not presenting.
No.
That's kind of energy, you know.
We were.
We appreciated that you guys were there. But no, it's an outstanding job to everybody and to the students and for representing up there. That's outstanding.
Yeah, Hadley wants you to know that there was a teacher from across the state that was there whose daughter works at PB, and he took a picture specifically to share with PB that we were there. So Hadley wants you to know that.
I appreciate that energy.
Wonderful, thank you all. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
great. Middle school team also beat it. That's so nice. Well done. Good night, Bettendorf.
Thank you, wonderful,
Thank
good news,
you.
thank you. Okay, that takes us to the BCSD resolution in support of IESA Educator Bill of Rights. Do I have a motion?
I will make a motion to approve the Bill of Rights resolution as presented.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, now I think it's come time to read the resolution.
Okay, here we go. Whereas Iowa public schools are foundational to strong communities, thriving families, and a prosperous future for our state. And whereas the success of Iowa students depends on the dedication, experience, professionalism, and well-being of the educators and school staff who serve them every day. And whereas supporting the recruitment and retention of high-quality educators is essential to ensuring equitable access to excellent public education for all students. And whereas the Iowa State Education Association has outlined an Educator Bill of Rights that affirms the essential conditions required for educators, support staff, and school employees to perform their job effectively and sustainably, and whereas these rights reflect long-standing values widely supported across Iowa communities, including respect, safety, high standards for teaching and learning, fair compensation, and adequate resources for students and staff. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Bettendorf Community School District Board of Education adopts and believes that all Iowa public education staff have a right to the following: professional respect, the right to be acknowledged, respected, and valued for expertise, training, and dedication in great public schools and their communities. Manageable workload, the right to do their jobs within the workday, including regularly scheduled time to manage workload, preparation, collaboration, break time, duty-free lunch, and other essential and professional tasks. This also includes limiting class size or total student load to ensure staff can plan, assess student learning, and build strong relationships with their students and families. Fair compensation, the right to bargain for a competitive, comprehensive agreement and encompassing many issues, including competitive and living wages, paid leave, affordable health insurance, benefits, working conditions, and limiting class size. Safe and healthy work environment, the right to a safe, healthy, and secure working and learning environment with administrative support for clear, consistent, and up-to-date processes for addressing disruptive behavior and intentionally violent acts. secure retirement, the right to a secure retirement with IPERS, a well-managed gold standard defined benefit retirement system. Quality resources, the right to select and use high-quality resources, supplies, tools, and equipment needed to effectively and productively execute jobs and duties. This includes ensuring that all curriculum is credible, research-based, and developmentally appropriate. Community support, the right to a school environment that reinforces student learning and school goals with support from administrators, board members, parents, and the community. Collaborative leadership, the right to a labor management committee in every workplace, utilizing local association members to foster collaborative problem solving, improve working conditions, and enhance student learning. Professional growth, the right to shape and access job-related growth opportunities. This includes professional development, covering specific needs, interests, and experiences, quality onboarding, training, and mentoring new employees. Professional collaboration, the right to collaboration and input, which recognizes staff as experts in their field and the value in exchanging and sharing practices, lessons learned, methods used, and general experiences with each other. Be it further resolved that the Bettendorf Community School District Board of Education affirms its commitment to policies, budgeting priorities, and community engagement efforts that uphold these principles and strengthen the teaching and learning environment within our district. Adopted this 5th day of February, 2026. Yay.
Thank you, Director Brody. Okay, is there any discussion? Seeing none, Dr. Morse?
I just want to again thank Melissa Laufenberg. I know she was part of the team across the state that helped pull this together for Iowa, and I believe we have a guest in the audience tonight, Jill Homstead, who is UNISERV Director with ISCA. So Jill, thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate you took time out of your evening to be here. And thank you to our presidents that are here tonight, Stephanie and Emily. I know you all supported as well with your state and national organization to get us here this evening. So thank you.
Could we get a photo to send to NEA, please? They requested a photo of this past this evening.
Well, who do you want in the photo?
All the peeps.
Okay. President Castro, are you okay with the photo?
Yes.
So we are one number 6 for the state to pass this. They would like a photo of the next meeting. Maybe you guys behind.
Time out. We need roll call, please.
Director Ingalls.
Yes.
Director Hansen.
Yes.
Director Larkin.
Yes.
Director McGivern.
Yes.
Director Witter.
Yes.
Director Broody.
Yes.
Director Castro.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0.
Okay, Celeste.
Okay, everybody. No, you guys can stay seated.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna get a picture back here. Jessica, can I have you scoot over a little bit? I don't know if I turn it extra or do you want to move it? No, it's okay. I just think it's within the essence of this. You're fine. You're fine. Is what it, is Mark still here? Mark. Ryan. Huh? Come here. Suzette. It doesn't, no, this is for everybody with a member of the class here. I'll do whatever you tell me to do. Sweetie. Nobody here, right? Jill's right there, okay. Yeah, perfect. Okay, big smiles. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
I know, I should have. Oh, we do it classes.
Okay, that brings us to number 3, 26-27 school board meeting dates. Do I have a motion?
I move that we approve the 26-27 board meeting dates as presented.
Is there a second?
I second it.
Any discussion?
Yes. So, I just want to follow up that this is a job or volunteer job where we serve others. And we've heard from those that we serve that their preference is for Thursdays. So in service to them, I think Thursdays is important. And it's important for us in leadership roles to change our schedules to support them. Now, there's a lot of redundancy here. We have 7 of us, only 4 have a meeting. If you can't make it, you can call in. If you can't make that, we have a lot of support if you can't make it. So I'll be voting no on this resolution in support of those that we serve. I encourage others to do the same.
Thank you for your comments, Director Larkin. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Director Hansen.
Yes.
Director Larkin.
No.
Director McGivern.
Yes?
Director Witter.
Yes.
Director Broody.
I'm gonna say no.
Director Castro.
Yes.
Director Ingles.
Yes.
Motion carried 5-2.
Okay, that brings us down to board shared communication and board reflection. Let's start down the aisle side here, Director McGivern, Director Ingles, and Director Larkin, if you don't mind.
Okay, turn me.
Sure.
Turn me start. Okay.
Then
So I have a statement and then I have an announcement, a good one here. So I want to say that, I know we have a new board, I know myself included. So I know there's a lot of questions that, that are asked and a lot of work we need to do to get up to speed. And I just want to take a moment to thank all the staff who take the time to provide information and context to the board as we work through questions related to student support and school operations. I know these requests take time and effort, and I know, for myself and other board members are made with the intent of helping us make thoughtful and well-informed decisions. As a board, our role is to ask questions, understand the landscape, and ensure that our systems are set up to support our educators and administrators so they can do their best work for their students. So I just wanted to say, for me personally, I appreciate everyone's professionalism and continued commitment to our kids and our students through our district. So I just wanted to take that time to send out that appreciation. And then my announcement is that Nessa Salmani won her quarterfinal match, 7-3. So she moves on to the semifinals, and so she is still in contention for a state championship, and she'll be wrestling tomorrow. So very exciting. Thank you. That's all I have.
Director Ingles.
I second what Ryan has to say about our educators. We have a lot of things to consider about moving forward, and it's been great getting input. We had principals here last meeting that stuff's all very helpful. We're all trying to do the right things here, and all of that input is certainly appreciated. Had a great time today on the Hill. Very proud of the Bettendorf presentation, and just seeing the bright-eyed students that we have, and the teachers that have a lot of passion for what they do. Those are great bones to go where we want to go, and all of that is needed. I had a chance with Director Broody to visit Grant Wood and Neil Armstrong in between there, and again, just seeing a lot of great things. I certainly believe in the people that we have in place. I believe at elementary level, that's really where our foundation is built. And we have to have that strong foundation to build great things on top of that. So those are my comments. Thank you.
Director Larkin.
Yes, I'd like to request an agenda item the next meeting to review policy 902, which is the news media policy, who is supposed to talk to the media. Coming out last meeting, we had more than one board member making comments to the media. I think we need to review that policy, what the rules are in regard to that. And I think it's important that we follow rules, to lead by example, whether it's following our policy rules, whether it's signing in when we visit school. And I'm not just saying this to be difficult. We have policy rules in place for a reason, and we need to be familiar with what those rules are as part of governing this place, and we have to hold ourselves also accountable. And that's also policy 200 series, that we hold ourselves accountable if we're not following rules. So I think we need to unpack 902 in the next meeting and discuss that. That's it.
Thank you. Director Brody.
Well, we got to all 5 elementaries, Eric and I, and just want to say I'm absolutely amazed by the great work the principals do. I think that the teachers at all 5 buildings are just doing amazing jobs. I was really wowed by all of it, and of course it's always super special to see the kids, so great thing. Now we're onward and upward to middle and high and everywhere else. Thank you.
Director Hanson.
Well, again, just want to say thank you to everyone that's sending us your emails, your concerns about the elementary schools. I definitely take that information into consideration, but we also need more information pertaining to that subject. As far as what's been going on in the district, Erica Heckroth from New Armstrong, I give a shout out, my wife's teacher, and I'll tell you what, she and my daughter had a fantastic time at the dance marathon. So congratulations for, that's a total success. So a shout out to Erica and all the individuals that helped out. So can't be more proud. We also had the workshop this week. I think that was very entertaining, and learned a little bit more as far as procedures and that within the our board meetings and that. Day on the Hill, that was great. Eric and I, along with all the Haley and Heidi, that was fantastic. That was a lot of fun. Speaking with Gary Moore and also Scott Webster. So shout out to the Bettendorf kiddos who represented. They did a fantastic job, and we also went around and spoke with other districts and what they were presenting as well. So with that, that's about it. I'd like to get to more schools. My schedule is kind of conflicting, so I will eventually get to you all. So
thank you. Director Witter.
I would like to say that things that are going on in the district is very exciting. So much to be proud of with the Bettendorf School District. With this position, I want to be thoughtful. I want to serve the community, not only the community, but the teachers, the students, our constituents, and make thoughtful and decisions. We want to follow rules. We don't want to break rules. That's not what we're trying to do. We've been here for less than 3 months. I asked for the policies to be given in paper. We're working on that. So we're here to do our best job for you. And I appreciate the emails and the things that are coming through. So we're going to work hard and hopefully make decisions that will serve the staff in the best interest as we dig into this and move forward.
Treasurer Farmer.
Thank you for letting me jump in here. I just wanted to let the board know that there is a number of state legislation bills out there that could impact school funding. And one of the things that is kind of hidden in there in the first 2 or 3 proposals about property taxes, which is a major legislative priority this year, was the ability for school districts to issue bonds using the save penny sales tax. Right now, we as school districts have that ability to issue debt. That doesn't impact the property taxes at all. The save penny sales tax is the one that pays for that bond series. And so the two of the proposed property tax bills would take that authority away from school districts, making it go back to the voters to say, can we issue debt using the save penny sales tax, and not necessarily tying it back to property taxes. And so that, knowing some of our major projects that are coming up, some have already started, having that ability taken away could be a major detriment to the district. And so as you have this opportunity to speak with the legislators, I just keep that in mind. If you want more information, I'm sure Dr. Morse or staff or myself can help give you some more pointers on that. But I just want to bring that up to you, just for awareness.
And IASB sent a really nice email out this week with talking points around kind of the proposals that are in, and then they'll get some additional things this week in their communication. So thank you, David, for bringing that up tonight, because we stand to be greatly impacted, and as you know, our current middle school renovation project is funded solely through bonding against our save dollars, and coming up in the next couple weeks, or couple board meetings, we'll be starting to work through a timeline to go back out to issue the next round of bonds so we can keep moving with the phases. So this has a tremendous potential for a negative impact on our district, so, and all districts across the state.
And just real briefly, we had a workshop yesterday from Tammy Drawbaugh, our IASB representative. Wonderful workshop. Talked about a lot of things, including the 8 key roles and responsibilities of school boards with superintendents. We talked about the Lighthouse study and how school boards with high achieving districts, how they are high achieving, continue to be high achieving. We also had the role of the board improving student learning, and there's 5 key things underneath that I think we were going to take to heart and really analyze. But it was a good workshop yesterday, and a lot of good things came out of that. So that takes us down to item number 8, motion to adjourn. I'm sorry. Okay, upcoming calendar events, you can see them right there. And